All right, hello and welcome to the game of Construct Clash. We are playing map. I know what he's playing because we just recorded part of a video, and some stuff went wrong, like arena stuff, because I'm not used to playing hyper competitive in arena. And it very much looked like Matt was going to win, um, and he's playing Mono Blue. Uh, but we're re-recording just because there were a couple awkward moments due to kind of some technical stuff. So we want to make sure that we get the best video possible. But Matt was going to win, and this is a bad matchup for him. So I just want to point that out before we get started. Uh, so this hand is good. I would keep this against any deck, not just Mono Blue. You have Lava Coil into Growth Chamber Guardian. It is slow against Mono Blue for what it's worth, but I think it's still worth a keep. Terramander on the play, pretty good, pretty good. As I said before, I actually really like snapping off your removal spells, forcing them to have their counter spell style effects. I think it's really important. I think that's pretty good too, though. So yeah, we're just gonna lead on the counter spell itself. I think that is correct in this matchup. Even though it's really likely to get countered, you actually really want to get the dive downs out of their hand. And they're also incentivized sometimes not to dive down unless they have Curious Obsession, so that they can protect their bigger creatures, which you can often deal with like something like Rekindling Phoenix. So see, if they do have a Curious Obsession, though, it's almost 100% correct to do that, but I think it's still okay. It gives us an opportunity to hopefully resolve this to get an opt out. We are falling behind this game though. This is one of the good the good starts from them. And something like a essence capture is really good here if he has it. I personally like capturing the Direfleet Daredevil, but not everybody does it. What I more expect is for Matt to go a little bit more aggressive. Um, do I want that? I think I do. We already have the fourth land. And play something like a Merfolk Trickster here. Yep, there it is. The other thing that this does is it does get a card out of their yard for Terramander, because that once that thing gets big, it's actually kind of hard to beat. Okay. Um. So I like leading on Chain Whirler here, specifically to try and get. We're gonna play the land first, uh, and lead on Chain Whirler to try and get the Essence Capture out of their hand, so that we can Shivan Fire if Matt has the Essence Capture. What I would do if I was Matt and I had the Essence Capture is I would actually target the Merfolk Trickster to try and play around Shivan Fire. That's a great play by Matt. We still are forced to go ahead and follow this up with the Shivan Fire. He still gets the capture off on that Trickster, and we will not attack. I think we want to save the 3 life here and just block. One of the reasons that I said this hand is ooh, good draw there from Matt. Is because of Wizard's Retort. You want a hand that can get something down or remove something, something like their wizards before Wizard's Retort becomes relevant. So if Matt plays a land here, I'm actually in pretty big trouble against specifically Wizard's Retort. Because I'm pretty priced into playing this Rekindling Phoenix at this point, which, I mean, leaves me in a little bit of trouble to something. Well, what is the correct play now? I could put myself to 9, take 3, go to 6, but I could go Guardian with Domri this turn, which actually seems like the best play to me. I think this is best. Obviously, it puts me in a really tough spot against a couple of cards, but I think it's worth it. I also think Matt is super incentivized to ignore Domri in this game, which means that Domri is going to probably get to draw me cards, which I really do like. And Curious Obsession does not draw cards when it attacks Domri, which is also good for me. Yep, looks like Matt went for the attack to my face, which I think is just 100% correct. All right. So I think we just want to make mana. This turn and get this Phoenix down. And we'll play this land tapped. This blocks here, this blocks here. We go to 3, and we're in pretty big trouble. But not in as much trouble as I thought we were. Alright, we'll let that resolve. Just going full control here. Don't let anything weird happen. We're we're still in pretty big trouble in Honest to a Wizard's Retort. If he has Trickster plus Wizard's Retort, I think we just die. Okay. It's possible we were supposed to collision with this on the stack. That might have been his actual out. If this is Matt's attack, then we are doing this. This is one of the reasons that I like status statue in these games for what it's worth. Here I'm in pretty big trouble. Think I wonder what Matt has where he was incentivized to not save. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter which one he saves. All right, so we'll go ahead and look at some cards. I expect we're just dead to a trickster here. I guess we're not dead to a trickster. We're pretty close though. We're really dead to this Mistcloak Herald for what it's worth. Matt correctly identified that my life total was low enough that he didn't attack Dahmer Raid and then just started attacking my life total with the unblockable creature. Alright, I think that's game, unless I draw double Chain Whirler, which I did not. So we'll go ahead and go to the next one. Alright, so I like Fiery Cannonade, I like Crawl Harpooner, and I think I like Status Statue. I think that games can often come down to kind of similar to what you just saw, and I really don't like Pelt Collector in this matchup. Um, so because of that, I think that you just want to make things that can attack into their stuff pretty easily, and then removal and play the control game. I like Domri over over Karn in this matchup, specifically because I think they're both not great. I don't want Legion Warboss, right? And I don't think that I want Fiery Cannonade. They've got some pirates, and their stuff is pretty big anyway. It's possible that's wrong. It's possible Fiery Cannonade is just better than Domri. I'd be happy to talk to Matt about that after the match. But I like Domri because it lets you play like really big guys, and as you see, it lets you double spell against them, which can also be really important. And Crawl Harpooner is just great. Matt is still sideboarding, so this could be exciting. I do think that when I think about Crawl Harpooner, though, um, I think that the card just does a lot of work in this matchup. It comes down and kills something, and it on the backside will often make it so they can't attack. And pretty often it can also just be another 4 damage spell against the wonderful Tempest Gen, which the game can often come down to. 2 drop, 3 drop on the play, and it's a good 3 drop. I think that I keep this. It's not our best hand, but I would keep that 6 every single time against this deck. So I think one of the things that's important to note with like something like Growth Chamber Guardian is that it actually is one of the things that can actually pressure them. It can attack through their stuff pretty easily. So on the play, if on the play, they're it's a pretty good one to have on turn 2, and they don't like have removal spell to kill it. So. The real hope, though, is that you draw a removal spell into their 1-drop rather than this. All right. So we obviously are hoping for not Curious Obsession, but if he passes here, it means that we get to activate Growth Chamber Guardian pretty easily. Um, Ooh, that's a good draw. So I like attacking here. And then I kind of like punishing Matt for not playing anything. Um, I don't think I want to play into Essence Capture, for example. We'll go ahead and activate that now. Hmm. Well, we will attack. That's a really good draw. Here we can play this Growth Chamber Guardian, and then if he decides to Essence Capture now, we can Shivan Fire whatever he targets. I will not do whichever one he. I will specifically be doing this one. And then I'm going to hold full control and play a mountain. Okay. So here I'm going to lead on the Crawl Harpooner to try and take out the Pteramander, which could be incorrect, but if he has Dive Down, then it's going to be pretty great. And then we will attack. So the question here is whether I want to commit this Chain Whirler now versus later. He doesn't have a Wizard now. I think I'm going to just jam here. I think that if he has the +1/+1 counter, I'd rather just go on this than another creature. And if he uses a Dive Down, I'm pretty okay with that. Most of our creatures can, like, we can attack into a Djinn. Like, we can do a lot of things here that put us in a pretty good position. I think this is a free attack here, and I think Matt is pressured into attacking, and I don't actually think he can afford to attack. Because if he doesn't attack, we just get a attack for a ton. I also forgot to play a land there. That's a mistake. Oops. Matt getting choked on mana was pretty good for us this game. Well, the first thing we're doing is adding a red to our mana pool. Then we're going to hold Control and Shift, and we're going to cast this. The thing is, yep. So the thing is if Matt had countered it, I just play the other creature, and he still dies. So that was pretty good. It is possible that this is better than Dommery, but I'm not sure. It's a tough one. Like, as we saw there, Dommery probably won us that game. And I think as the control deck, what did I just sideboard out? I didn't mean to do that. As the control deck, we really do want some way to gain advantage back as we trade our stuff for Matt stuff. I think this is a keep. I think I'm supposed to keep this. I also think I'm supposed to kill that. One of the things you have to do against this deck is you have to play your removal spells while they're tapped out, because they react to you. So if Matt's game plan is to, go turn one that, turn two something else, you really have to be aware of that. And as we see there, he kept a Curious Obsession hand, and might be getting punished for it. The other thing is we very much need to play this as a 4/4, specifically because unless he counters it, which he totally could, it looks like. And the reason for that is you want to be able to attack through a Tempest Djinn, and so you basically never want to give this haste in this matchup. All right, captured there. We're just going to play our Rekindling Phoenix now while Matt doesn't have the mana to counter it. It's pretty good in the matchup, so I think it's important to get it down here. All right, we'll go ahead and start here and see what Matt does. Matt has a lot of cards, and we want to stop drawing lands here. Okay. And then I think we just pass the turn. One thing that I think is important is I don't actually want to kill this yet. I want to target whichever one of these he wants to put a Curious Obsession on. That way I can Lava Coil it if he has the dive down. Spell Pierce is really good there because it actually lets Matt have an additional dive down. It might be correct to actually just start attacking Matt here. And we drew another land. I'm gonna attack here. I'm gonna see if Matt has another Trickster. If he does, great. He's had a good draw outside of missing that land drop. But I don't think that I can like reasonably beat a Curious Obsession. He did draw a second Trickster. We drew another land. Shouldn't have called out that we didn't want to draw lands. I certainly can't just use this Lava Coil now. Even though I might be supposed to, I need to wait now. Did I not play a land? I might have forgotten to play a land there. Deep Freeze off the top! Alright, so here we actually will be using the Lava Coil to actually get our spell through. I'm surprised Matt is thinking about this. It makes me wonder what he thinks I have. Okay. Go and play this. The biggest issue with this play, by the way, is we are in big trouble to him stealing it. But I don't actually know that we have a choice at this point. Alright. Pteramander. He's probably got a lot of spells in his yard, right? 3? Alright. So we're definitely attacking for lethal here. So we have 1 mana short on what we want to do. So my hope is Matt makes these blocks, counters this, and we get to play this. Well, I'm quite sure Matt has the counterspell. We're pretty dead to this Pteramander. So, as long as Matt knows that I'm dead to the Pteramander, we're going to lose this game. All right. Okay, let's go to the post game. Mount 1 with Mono Blue. Let's go.